What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Trailer Park Sports Network. And this is a fun one. This is a special one. We have ourselves an amazing guest with us. My dog, my absolute dog, Miss Monet, and a legend, in fact, actually. Handball legend, in fact, actually. And dude, I'm hyped. I'm really hyped. How are you doing?
Good. I mean, maybe not quite a legend yet, but legend in the making, hopefully.
Like I gotta call you a legend because I feel like you've helped create like a pipeline and some buzz and some energy around it. It's where like it's like a lot of people didn't think about handball, and you've got a lot of people thinking about the sport's existence now, and it's like pretty sick, and I'm pretty hyped about it. So, hey, like, there's a lot of women out there that want to play sports, and you just showed them like, yo, if you want to play sports again, this handball thing exists, and it's pretty cool.
Well, I think I had to remind myself of that at the same time of reminding everybody else. So I think that's kind of part of the buzz is that I am learning and growing at the exact same time as the people that are watching my videos. I'm just the one pushing record, but we truly, anybody that's on the journey, we are in it together, like truly. And that's not even just to say it for the internet, that is actually what is happening.
It's been fun to watch. Like Jackie made her video, you went out, and then it was just like boom. It was like boom.
I
That
absolutely
was
could
awesome.
not have believed the if you would have told me 45 days ago that this is where I would be sitting right now, wouldn't have believed you. Absolutely not.
Like, cause it just happens so fast. Like you just one day you're just like, you know what? Why not? I'll go do this thing. I want to play. I want to be an athlete. Go out, do it, make a couple of videos, and it's like, boom.
Yeah.
Everybody's invested. Everybody's invested.
Yeah, I think I've thought about the whole like content thing a lot because I've been a full-time content creator for over a year before handball took off, and I was in the travel space beforehand. And I was really thinking about the exact moment of posting about the handball thing. Being athletic, that obviously helps a lot, but on the flip side of content, I think that I was in the moment that I was able to capture the moment because I have had multiple years of content creation behind me to be able to know exactly what to do when the moment struck. So it did happen overnight in a sense of handball and the journey that now me and everybody else is on. But in terms of content, it has been a long time coming and it's very intentional because I have always wanted content to be my thing. And now I get to call sports and content my thing, which is truly dream freaking come true.
The best of both worlds. You get sports, content. You get to do something you love every single day of your life, and it's your job. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't even feel like a job.
I'm literally, I mean, cliche as it is, I'm literally pinching myself. I'm like, what is going on? This is insane.
Like you've been traveling too, got to go over to Europe and play some handball. Like, dude, that's a trip. Like
Yeah,
that's a trip.
up until handball, really my whole thing is that I would find cheap flights on the internet and I would just book them. It didn't matter if it was tomorrow, it didn't matter if it was in a week. I would book the cheap flight, I would be on it, and I would just make travel content based on basically being unprepared abroad. That was pretty much my whole thing. And so I had actually already had a trip to Europe planned, and to be honest, before the handball thing, I didn't really know why I was going other than, okay, I'm just going to go make some travel content. And I almost didn't go to the Olympic tryout because I was like, oh, I have this trip planned. I'm supposed to be on a flight in 2 days. I haven't packed. I haven't even booked a hotel room. Like nothing was planned except for the flight. I hadn't even had a flight home booked yet. So it was, and so then the whole handball thing happened. And then by chance, my ticket was to Denmark, and Denmark invented handball. So I was like, okay, I have to make this whole entire journey a handball experience now. So on my, I made a video being like, hey, if anybody's connected to a handball team or whatever, and I got so many responses of people like, you can come play with my club, you can come play with my club. So I ended up being able to play in Germany, in Hamburg with one team, and then in Denmark with the professional team. And yeah, it was crazy. I turned it into a handball tour.
Went from travel content being unprepared to handball content being unprepared.
Exactly, exactly. Unprepared is the common denominator.
It's fun. Like, it's relatable. It's honestly super relatable because people get to like, a lot of people are afraid to try new things. Like, people are just truly afraid to be bad at things too. And you make people feel comfortable not being great at things because something that sucks about social media nowadays is a lot of times people just won't show like the failures. They won't show like, oh, I had a bad day today. They'll show like them having the best day of their life, them on an amazing trip doing this or like doing that, or oh, it's a snowboarder showing every single one of his good runs, but they're not going to show the thousands of times that they fell. So like you're showing people like the raw side of it, the side that for years you don't see on the internet, where people are just showing like the success, and you're like, look, it's hard. And I'm gonna show you that it's hard. And like not every single day that I go out there, I'm having a good practice. Sometimes like I really didn't perform the way that I wanted to, but like look, it is what it is. I'm gonna take it one day at a time. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I'm not just gonna get mad that I had a bad day. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna think about what I did wrong on Tuesday, come back Wednesday and like attack it again.
Yeah, and I think that what's so crazy about that specifically is especially starting a new sport as an adult, you can see yourself get better so quickly. As a kid, you take it for granted and you're just like, oh yeah, practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you're kind of just there to do it. But when you have to start from with a conscious mind that you're bad, and then you're like, oh my gosh, last week I couldn't do that, and today I can. And it's honestly very exciting. I went to a practice last night and everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people that go to these practices that I'm able to attend started at the handball tryout, same as me. So we all kind of started from the beginning and we're all kind of learning and growing together. So to see an entire team develop and be like, okay, last week we couldn't do a crossover and now this week, we're shooting shots on goal and actually making them. It's pretty fun to be in that environment. And I think it's very unique because of handball specifically, Olympics, and just the nature of this tryout being so last minute for everybody involved.
Everybody just showed up last second, like, you know what? I'll give it a try. Why not? Let's do it. Let's do the thing. Let's see if
Yeah.
we can do it. Let's do the thing. And it's become like an intricate piece of your life now, and it's something you think about every day. Guarantee you watch lots of handball like highlights, games if you can. I like end up getting tapped in with those games over in Europe where you're up at 2 in the morning on a random Tuesday because you gotta watch. You just gotta tap in. You gotta see
Yeah.
it. So
Well,
like
that was the craziest part too about the whole Europe trip. So turning it into a handball, not only did I get to play, there was also the men's Euros Cup going on, which for handball is the equivalent of like the Super Bowl or the
it's
World
huge.
Cup. It's huge, and it was happening 25 minutes from where I was planning to stay in Denmark. And so I ended up being able to get a ticket to that. And I thought it would be like super expensive. It ended up being 56 US dollars, but I got access to three games. At first, I thought I was only getting access to one game. And I'm like, oh, this is an all day ticket. So for one of the days that I was there, I was able to just go watch professional handball for an entire day in good seats too. So that was another part of the just kind of serendipitous thing where it all came together of playing and watching. And I had a crash course in handball.
Just like a wonderful introduction to the game. You didn't just like, oh wow, this handball thing is pretty. You got to see like the mecca
Yeah.
early. That's dope as
Yeah.
hell. That's
Yeah.
so sick. That's a great way to get introduced to the sport. It's a great way to like just see the world too. It like sports like that will take you everywhere. It'll take you all
Exactly.
over the place.
Yeah, and supposedly handball is the second most watched sport in the world outside of soccer. It's just not big in the US, so it's like nobody knows about it, but globally it's actually
That
a
was huge.
massive sport.
That
Yeah,
was huge. It's like cricket where we don't care about it. It's
totally.
cricket's huge. And I love cricket. Well, I was just watching the men's cricket World Cup and the women's cricket World Cup. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a fun one. Um, I know been tapped in with the Olympics. What like what have you been like super excited about throughout these games? Like 20 or these winter games.
I think that it's a little bit cliche, but women's hockey, just from the first game that the US played, I was like, oh, these people are ready. Like they are ready to play in the Olympics. And I think just like the hype and the energy of honestly the first 5 minutes that they played in the tournament really set the precedent for the entire tournament moving forward. And Yeah, today's game was had me at the edge of my seat. I was dying. Like the last 2 minutes, I was stressing out. And I couldn't believe it, but I actually cried when they won. Like it was emotional for me and I was watching it alone in my living room. Like
Oh man, that I admittedly I got like this fat knot on my head now because as soon as Hillary Knight scored that goal to tie it, I started running through my house and it fell in my kitchen and smashed my head on the counter. But like that game meant something to me. That was awesome. Like to watch them climb the mountain. Hillary Knight goes out with the gold, and she does it like in true Captain America fashion. Let me score. Let me score. Not only score, tie the game with our net empty to break the record. I am now the all-time leading scorer in U.S. history, men's or women. I'm the greatest American hockey player of all time.
absolutely. She is absolutely legend for that. Like it truly is a movie. You know, like movies are based on real life, whether they say like life imitates art or art imitates life. And it's so true because that was just electric.
Getting my God, two rings in the same week for her. Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely becoming a fiance and an Olympic champ same week.
Yeah. I mean, life doesn't get better than that.
Storybook it.
Yeah.
Storybook it. It has been amazing. It's been interesting games. You started out kind of rough with the whole Lindsey Vaughn going down. That was a rough one.
Devastating. Absolutely devastating.
Like I'm me personally, I'm happy that she went out there and did it. A lot of people are giving her a lot of flack saying she took a spot from somebody else and this and that. And it's like she was number one in the world by
Yeah.
140 points going into the games, third fastest in training. It's kind of very unfortunate turn.
It's super unfortunate, but I think when it comes to somebody saying like what she should do, I would love to see them in her position. Point blank. Like you go work that hard, you come back like okay,
She
she
came
took it
back
from
for one
some.
reason.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think that there's ever a situation. You can have your opinion. You have the right to have an opinion, but that doesn't mean that what you think is absolute. And she is also legend. Like, she is the best skier ever. And she has something different in her brain. Like, if you watch her documentary and you really actually follow who she is as a human being, not just as a skier, talk about the word grit. Like, she is grit. It's crazy.
She's genuinely cut different. Like she's actually
Yes.
cut from a different cloth. And
Yes.
she didn't come out of retirement at 40 and qualify for the Olympics at 41 to not compete. Like it would have defeated the whole purpose of her coming out of retirement in the first place.
Exactly. I mean, at a certain point, she was literally the face of the Olympics. Like they were
Yeah.
using her for media everywhere. So to say she took it from someone else, how many viewers did she bring in if you want to really talk about numbers and get down to the nitty-gritty of things? Like how many people watched skiing simply because she was racing on a torn ACL and the whole story was crazy?
And the same people saying she took it from somebody else. Please name three United States downhill skiers. Men's or
Yeah.
women's. Not even just the women's. Men's or name three downhill skiers. I guarantee they can.
Also, I would love to see you put a ski boot on. Like,
Do it. You
yeah,
do it.
exactly.
Go as fast as they do on that tight little court. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It
I
was
did.
great to see Breezy Johnson get her redemption.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
beautiful.
That was kind of poetic, I think, in my opinion. You know, like we didn't know what was going to happen with Lindsey Vonn, even if she would have made it all the way down the mountain. But getting to see US win gold and knowing that although it is an individual sport, it's also a team event. So getting to see that, and yeah, I thought it was kind of poetic.
It was poetic for that. And 2022, Breezy went down on that same course going into the 2022 games and had to drop out of the 22 games because she got injured on that course. So to come back and like face your demons like that and conquer them and win gold on the same track that kept you out of the last Olympics, dude,
Yeah.
I almost cried watching that. No, because like big Olympics guy. So like knowing that whole thing, I'm a big fan of Breezy. She's dope. Like her name's Breezy. Like, come on.
I know. I know there's some athletes that get named as a child and you're just destined to be great. Like there was a girl that played basketball at my university and her name was Nike. Like you have
Come
to be
on.
good, you know?
You,
Like you have to be good.
like you're set, you just getting set up for success. Like you have to. You got to
Yeah.
work now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you roll from that. You get Corey Thesey winning being the first US woman to win a medal in curling. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I was hyped about curling. I don't know if you watched much curling, but man, I'm now invested and I need to find a curling like league or something. I need to try curling now.
I went down a pretty deep curling rabbit hole of the actual rocks
Oh my
and
God.
how they're from like a specific island off the coast of Ireland. And it's
Um
like
Scotland,
Scotland, yes, yes, off the coast of Scotland. And it's like every single curling rock in the world is comes from this one single island, which seems crazy.
right? But yep, of course they do. And
Yeah.
apparently physicists hate them because like they're
Oh,
so because it's just like they're really weird. I watched the whole video on. I'm gonna have to share that with you.
yeah, I need to watch it. I need to nerd out on that. Those
Like
are the type
it
of things
is
that
such
I
a
want to
great
go
video.
down.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna link that in this video as well. But great, oh my God, it is such a great video because it talks about how like the reason they use those two specific stones is because one of those stones is just like it's completely water resistant, which is why it slides the way that it slides, and then the other rock just doesn't shatter whenever it hits other stones. So like they made it out of those two. God, interesting sport.
Like
How
who came up with that? You know, it's like I need a deep history of curling.
You know, I one of the interesting things is if you lose and the winner buys the loser a drink. It's the
Oh,
interesting thing about this interesting thing about the game of curling is the winner buys the loser around. Cool sport.
yeah.
I guess any sport that just has like an open bar is just like how that got into the Olympics, the world may never know.
It's a
Because
good
like
excuse, I guess.
Because like the Winter Olympics are very interesting because you have like all of these super dangerous sports like downhill skiing, you've got skeleton, luge, bobsled. I mean, yeah, the figure skating isn't overly dangerous, but like the speed skating's pretty dangerous, and then you have curling.
They're like, we need something to just level it out, something so the cortisol levels come down. We need to chill for a sec.
And it's the longest thing throughout the entire games because curling started before the games.
Yes.
Oh my God. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of
And there's
funny.
so many different combinations, like mixed doubles, and then, you know,
You got
it's like,
men's and women. Oh my God.
yeah,
So much going on. And there's not been a single day of the entire games without curling.
yeah,
And I don't, and if I'm not mistaken, there will not be a single day of the entire games without curling. Curling ends on the last day of the of the Olympics.
that is crazy. Yeah. And then the Paralympics are going to start, and there's curling in the Paralympics.
Ooh, and Paralympic curling is a very fun one to watch because it's basically like darts on ice because it's a precision sport. There's no sweeping. It is
Yeah.
all just like you gotta hit your shots. And we got our my dog Steve Empt. I can't wait to watch him in the mixed doubles. Oh my goodness, he's really good at what he does. Cool guy too.
Yeah, I'm also super excited to watch sled hockey. I haven't had the opportunity to really watch a full game of sled hockey and I am so hyped for it.
It's a it's probably my favorite Paralympic sport. But definitely biased a little bit because I love hockey, but because all the rules of sled hockey are the exact same as stand-up hockey.
Yeah.
Everything is the exact same. And then like the cool adaptations when you look at the boards were like the benches, like the boards are clear so that they can see through. Because like if you look at like a regular hockey game, like obviously they can see over the boards, so like they're not transparent. So like it's cool that they
Yeah.
do stuff like that. And like the goalies are wicked. The goalies are making saves that you're just like, what? And then like you got guys like Declan Farmer and Jack Wallace that will just go out there and do things that you're just like, I what?
Yeah,
Like
it puts like a whole new perspective on the ability to do anything. Like when you see the Paralympians go out there and do their thing at the best heightened of their ability, it's just like there's nothing more inspiring, truly. You're like, anything is possible.
It's very fun. It's crazy as hell because sometimes you see like some people say, "Oh, well, they can't do this, they can't do that," and then you watch like, "Oh, like man, my like, I'm hurting, man. Like I don't really know if I could do this," and it's like I watched somebody do long jump blind,
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy.
like, and put up a further jump that I could ever get, because like. And blind, I guess like this isn't Winter Olympics, but blind long jump is absurd. It is genuinely absurd because like it's all timing.
Yeah.
It is
You
all
have to
like
be
completely on timing.
You have to be like so personally in tune. And before I did social media and one of the jobs that I had, I was a nanny and I nannied a girl that was pretty high on the autism spectrum. And it was crazy to see her have to navigate a world that like tells her she's different. And I think it's very similar to Paralympics, where society has already written you off to say that, oh, you can't do that, or you can't play hockey because you're not going to look exactly like the person that is physically able or, like able-bodied to do it. And to not only be the best in the world, but also overcome societal pressure to say that you can't do something, that's what makes Paralympians the best is that they've had to overcome not just being the best in the world, they've had to also overcome the expectation that people think of them.
Like they overcome the whole they're suffering from this, and it's like they're not suffering from anything, dude. They're probably happier than you are.
Yeah.
Like society has said so many different things about how like disabilities work and like they put limits on them and like it it's just harmful. And then every single time you watch the Paralympics, it's like, bro, you're what you said this person couldn't do, they just did it and then some. Like I don't know about you, dog, but I think watching somebody like uh dang, I forgot his first name, but he's a swimmer from China, has no arms. He's a S5.
Mm.
He's a S5 swimmer. I watched him swim a faster time in the 50 free than I could do with arms. And it's
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
I don't hear any Paralympic slander. I'm not listening to people say, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that." Dog, you can do it. You just gotta.
Yeah.
It's mentality. It's a
Well, and I think
mindset.
it's like deeper than that too, because I think as human beings, we want to put somebody in a box to be able to have our own safety. You know, it's like if I can identify you as a certain box, then I know that how to react based on the box that I've put you in. And so, like similar to the girl that I used to nanny, I would watch her have to navigate the world of telling like of somebody else trying to put her in a box, and it's like just because she doesn't fit in your box doesn't mean her box isn't way cooler, honestly. Like
Yeah.
she was like so locked in and she could do things where I'm like that's crazy. Like and I could almost like see, like I would she was young, so she was like 6 to 11 when I was with her, but I could see the way her brain chose to do a decision. And it was just so fascinating to kind of like backtrack the things that she would do. And I'm like, wow, I would have never thought to do it that way. But that's incredible. What a good way to do that, you know?
Like
So,
it's so cool to watch people's process and be like, wait, no way. Like,
yeah,
I love the human mind because everybody's is different. We're snowflakes.
totally.
Everybody's unique. Everybody has their own thing, and you know, some people just like you said, just try and box them in. And it's like, yo, dude. I always say it like I always talk about like soup. I'm like, I got soup, you got soup. If I gave you the recipe to my soup, you couldn't make it because that's my soup. We all got different soup, and you kind of just gotta like, look, man, make your soup. Whatever. If my soup may be different than your soup, but that don't make my soup bad. I like my soup. What are you gonna do about it? You like your soup,
I'm a major soup fan, so I really relate to that.
right? Love soup. Love soup.
Even down in the South where it's so hot, you're sipping on soup.
Oh yeah. Love soup. Love soup. Especially in the wintertime, even though like it's the wintertime now and it's like 65 degrees down here.
It is
But
funny how like because I grew up in Washington State where it does actually get winter and cold, and now I live in California, and it is funny how I'm like, ooh, 55, it's freezing. I need my winter coat versus like, 30 and negatives.
you actually know what the cold feels like.
Yeah.
Um, you so Paralympics, you excited for like other than sled hockey? Like, do you have like something that you're like specifically excited for going into the games?
Well, I am a super big fan of any form of skiing, so I'm also really excited to watch the downhills for Paralympics as well. And I feel pretty lucky because I'm in communication with the Cultured
I love
page.
Danny. I love
Yeah.
Danny.
They sent me some merch, so I feel really excited about that. They actually sent me a shirt. I was gonna wear it. I actually forgot to put it on, but it's a shirt with sled hockey on it, so I'm super excited about that. And I feel really lucky because they're going to give me some stories to be able to keep my eye on and kind of, make videos about. So I feel grateful that I have an inside scoop of where to look and kind of navigate it because this kind of is my first time really, really locking in specifically to the Winter Paralympics. So yeah, I don't necessarily know a lot, but I think kind of very similar to my handball where I get to explore it and kind of discover it along with the videos that I'm making. So I can't say that I'm speaking about it in from an educated perspective, but from an interested perspective, for sure, I'm locked in.
Oh, just having an interest in it is always like watching it and locking in for the first time. Whenever I locked in during the summer games, it was the coolest thing ever. Because like it was like watching sports for the first time to me. That's what it
Yeah.
was like. I felt like a little kid. I was just like, everything is so fascinating. Everything is so fascinating. And you get to watch the same event like four different times because there's multiple classifications. And I'm like, dude, yeah, the Olympics are cool, but like I get to watch so much more. There's so many more things. Like, and then going like the Winter Paralympics specifically, like you get mono skiing. Mono skiing is so cool to me. You have visually impaired skiing. That is insane to me. They
And you have
have like,
visually impaired biathlon, which is people
yes,
literally shooting a gun that are visually impaired and they're shooting the target because of sound. That will never not blow my mind.
it is the like peak of what the human body can do to me.
Yeah.
Visually impaired biathlon is like the peak of what we can do as humans. Because like the skiing is crazy. Like skiing in the biathlon is crazy. That is a trek. And
Yeah.
now it's like, all right, find a way to control your breath so that you can hit these targets that you can't even see.
Yeah. I seriously, I'm like so excited to watch it. And that is not even me trying to hype it up. That is my genuine excitement for it.
Like there's oh my gosh, like there's so many cool things about the Paralympic Games. There's just like
And I
I
think sometimes with the summer games, it can be kind of overwhelming because there are so many events, and obviously there's room for improvement with there only being six Paralympic events. But that being said, from a new viewer, it's a good way to get in and kind of start watching it where it's not so overwhelming and you can actually kind of lock into one specific sport that you want to watch or, even multiple of them. There's only six. And so it's kind of a nice jumping off point to be able to start with the winter games and get your toes wet.
and also there's some of the athletes that you're gonna see at the Winter Games in LA 28. You're gonna see them there too.
Yeah,
Like
true.
that's probably one of my favorite things about the Paralympics versus the Olympics is you'll see way more of those athletes cross over and do both in the same cycle too. It's not like, oh, I'm retiring from the summer games and I'm a winter athlete now. Like you'll see track athletes reach like fall out of their prime and be like, look, I can still push a sled. I know I can do that. So let me go be a break athlete for, USA bobsled or whatever, like bobsled federation. But like in the Paralympics, Oksana Masters is a dog. She has 21 Paralympic medals. She is an absolute menace to society. Like watching her, and then she's just gonna continue to go win more because, she's
Yeah.
her. She's literally her.
Literally let the games begin.
Like it is watching her go to work is an honor. Like I feel honored to live at the same time as her because it's like you've been doing this for a very long time and you're still doing this at an insanely high level.
I think that's something that the Winter Olympics really unlocked, and maybe they gave better viewership to it this year, but showing that age is not a defining factor in if you're an Olympian. Obviously, there's some of those sports where there's the 16-year-olds who are just starting their career, but then you have like the 52-year-old snowboarder, you
Yeah.
know? And again, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about, is just defying odds and defying what society says that you should do. And I think that's something even with my handball thing. 30, I'm 30 now, which means that if I actually make the team and continue, I will be 32 when the Summer Olympics come around. And if I am on that team, I will statistically be so old for playing handball. But who says I can't, you know? Like, if you don't try, you'll never know.
You'll never know. You just gotta go for it. Like you made your own video saying it. Like you just gotta go for it. Just screw
Yep,
it. Why not? I'm here. Let's run. And like
totally.
and to your point of like them covering it better, I honestly think Paris 20, I think actually I'll loop back. I'll loop back even further. 2021 was so bad because of COVID and everything, and then 2022 everybody forgot that Beijing was happening. Like
Yeah.
we completely forgot about the Tokyo thing because, 2020 didn't actually happen. They had to have the games in 2021. They were in Tokyo, so not many people were really able to watch because time zone differences and America
And
like
you weren't really able to go. Like the country was still shut down for the
yeah.
most part, except for the athletes coming in. So there was no viewership. There was no live viewership unless you were from Japan.
Yeah. And like not really many athletes make like you had Alona Morrow, she was making content during the 21 games, but like didn't really have that many content creators or anything like that. You go to the 22 Beijing games, no, but we all forgot.
Yeah.
We honestly all forgot. A lot of people completely forgot that that games even happened. And then
Yeah.
we jump ahead 2 years to 2024. The world's actually open again, and I think NBC kind of just like jumped at the opportunity, like, yo, we could fix this. Like
Yeah.
if they it kind of sucks that they put 3,000 years of like human achievement behind a paywall, but whatever. It is what it is. But with Peacock coming through, they were able to like, yo, we can televise everything. We can
Mm-hmm.
actually give you everything. And I think it just blew the games up. Like people
Yeah.
actually cared. And then you also had the existence of this social media era where the athletes are showing themselves as themselves instead of like we talk about it all the time. I love this new generation of athletes because 10 years ago we didn't know anything about like the background of Michael Phelps. You know what I mean? We just knew
Totally.
Michael Phelps was like a really great swimmer and that was basically it. But
Yeah.
like with Alyssa Liu, we know her. Like that feels like our homie.
Yeah.
Like the way she posts, that feels like our homie.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's the difference in then and now. Why I feel like that's why we care so much more now because it's like, yo, that's not just an American athlete to me. Like I feel like I know you. Like I feel like we've
Totally.
known each other our whole lives.
Totally. And I think even to think that Ilona was one of the first to really hop on social media as an athlete, to me seems crazy. I mean, we know statistically that is true, but it seems so insane because 2021, social media was alive and well. So the fact that athletes didn't think that they were allowed in that environment and it took one person to break free. Very honored she came from rugby, that was my
Love to
background
see
as
it.
well.
Love
So
to see it.
so yeah, but I actually it's crazy because I remember following her specifically because she played rugby. And I remember following her when she had 6,000 followers. Look
And
at her
now
now.
now she's like
I think
the
like 6
biggest.
million.
Yeah, like she's one
Yeah.
of the biggest U.S. athletes ever now.
Yeah.
Like platform wise. I think to your point of like it took them so long, I honestly think some of these like sponsors and stuff like backed off on their like, they're some of them were pretty strict for a while about like, oh, we don't want you to like, voice your opinions on things or like we need you to be super professional. I think some of these athletes kind of just like, I have leverage. You need
Totally.
me more than like I need
Mm-hmm.
you. So like I'm gonna be me and you're kind of just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I think some of these companies kind of just over time have just like we're gonna let it go because you have all the leverage here. You have all of it.
Well, and not to go completely into social media strategy, but the person that is blowing up right now is the Staples baddie. And she or they are just this person from that works at Staples, and they have completely turned around the trajectory of an entire company. And I think that corporations are starting to see, I also went to school for business, but corporations at the top are, some of them are starting to see that an average person matters versus, numbers and metrics and things like that. And social media has just, like you said, we know these athletes. We feel like we're in their, training facility and things like that. And so, see, understanding that there is a gap that can be merged between the corporation and the human being, and that let's not lose the plot. You need human beings for your corporation to thrive. Otherwise, what's the point of the corporation? And kind of flipping that script, I think we're starting to get there for sure.
It's taken a little while. It's taken a long time,
And
but
we are far from the top.
but we're getting there, step by step, athlete by athlete, person by person, you know. Um, I was talking with like my representation about it, like whenever we were working out the deal and everything. And he was like, the main reason that we kind of want to bring you onto our team is because we think that the non-traditional media is more important than like your traditional media now. Because I think the traditional media, it's not like it's dying, but non-traditional media has become more important because you get the rawness, you get the things that people you're not being paid off, basically.
Totally. Well, and there's a time and place for everything. There is a time and place for super high-end production commercials that are going to make you feel something, Sometimes like the Nike commercials, they can put out a really fantastic ad, and there is a time and place for that, but that can't be everything. And I think that if you can harness a well-rounded picture of media and I think too, especially with athletes and people wanting to build their communities, and I'm starting to feel this myself, people want to root for you. They're willing to. I have people in my comments saying, "Can you please start a GoFundMe? I want to give you money to help with your Olympic journey." I'm probably never going to do that. I think there's other ways that I can make money, and there's other ways that wouldn't cost, my audience money to help me out. So I'm definitely going to go that way. But to think that there are random strangers on the internet that are begging to give me money for what I'm doing, and that matters to them, not only am I just like so grateful and in awe that that is the situation that I'm in, but it kind of just shows like this bigger picture of sports and what it can bring as human beings.
Like I truly do think that sports change lives and sports change the world. They bring people together, and I think what you're doing just brings a lot of people together because like they watch your journey and they want to see you succeed. They really want to see you succeed and make it there because like everybody loves a story like this.
Yeah.
Somebody that just like shows up at the tryout and a couple years later, hey guys, I'm at the Olympics. Like I
And I
mean,
think that, yeah, I think that's something that I am trying to overcome because I think my entire life I had to always work so much harder than the average person. In school, I was super dyslexic. So, and I feel pretty grateful that I was friends with really smart and intelligent people in school, but then they were my baseline. So I always had to try so much harder and work so much harder. So I feel like my entire life, I've always been coming from a position of, okay, I'm down here and I have to, run twice as fast to catch up to you, figuratively speaking. And it's just so crazy to be in an environment where people are rooting me on and cheering me on because I just don't think that I've really had that before.
that's awesome. Do you feel pressure because of like all the like new attention and everything and like everybody like that does have your back? Do you feel like a little bit of pressure to succeed or is it just like I'm still here just doing my thing, having fun every single day?
I think that I hold myself to a pretty high standard. So if I want to do something, I will always be trying to do that at its highest level. Or, to the best of my ability, whatever that, maybe the highest level isn't necessarily the best of my ability, but uh, I will never do something because somebody else tells me to. I'm a little bit stubborn in that sense. So when it comes to pressure, obviously I'm super grateful for the moment that I am online, but I also do want to do it. I want, and I've gone to therapy, so I've done a lot of work on myself and figuring out like what is it that I want, And I think this also goes back to kind of what I was talking about is I have been on social media for years and I'm just now taking this moment and running with it. And I'm able to do that because I have the training in the background. And so I think the only amount of pressure that I allow myself to feel is the pressure that I put on myself because nobody else has to live my life. I'm the one that has to live my life. So if I want to play handball and go try to be an Olympian, then I'm so grateful that I have other people that want me to do that too. And I'll give you everything that I got for that if that's what I want to do. But I'm never someone to do something because somebody else is telling me to do it. And then a lot of times, if someone tells me I have to do something, then I'm kind of reverse psychology where I'm like, nope, I can't because you told me to. Maybe that's toxic, but that's kind of my mindset.
See, that's a hell of a way to put it. And you should probably be a motivational speaker. Just probably be a motivational speaker. I understand that though. Like as a competitor, grew up playing all types of sports myself. If you tell me to do something, I don't care anymore. But if you tell me I can't do something or dude, I will jump over the moon to do it. Honestly, half the reason that I went to college to play football was just because everybody said that I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like didn't finish my college career, ended up dropping out. But like once I got to college and played, I started a couple of games as a friend. Like, all right, cool. I mean, I did the thing.
Yeah. I have a decently unsupportive family, and I actually remember in college my brother told me that me playing club rugby was a waste of time and that rugby was never going to make me any money in my career and that, what are you really doing? And I'm like, well, there's so many people on these club teams that work in industries that I would want to work in and honestly, I have a big middle finger to my brother saying like now I have the Olympics in my inbox because I played club rugby. Like it's all connected. So like don't ever let somebody else tell you what you should be doing because you're the only one that has to do it. So,
Literally, like somebody told me that my trailer screamed the life of karma, so I turned it into Trailer Park Sports Network.
yep.
Yep,
Exactly. Exactly.
yep.
Sometimes you just got to be a little bit spiteful, honestly. I think that the level of spite that I hold sometimes is the motivation in the background, honestly.
Like sometimes, self-motivation is one thing, but when that outside motivation helps a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, in my senior year yearbook in high school, my senior quote was, if someone thinks you can't, then you have to.
That's a hell of a quote.
Yeah.
See, now that's a hell of a quote. Now you have to. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude. Um, Handball journey has been really cool for you. Everything's been working out. How are you though? Like on a real note. How are you though? How are you handling it?
I honestly feel like I'm on cloud freaking nine. Like this is what I've wanted. Where I'm at right now is exactly what I have been trying to manifest for years. Like I would write in my notebooks. I have a pretty insane morning routine, and one of the things that I do is I write a page every single morning in the mindset of that what I want already existed. So, and in a sense of gratitude, like I'm so grateful that I have brand deals coming in and that I have an amazing team and whatever it might be in the given day. Like it changes every day what I actually want for the future. But yeah, I think if you went back to my notebooks from a year ago, I would have been manifesting exactly where I am right now. So I feel great. Obviously, there's like some pressure and some logistical things that I have to figure out, and I really don't know what the future holds with handball and moving and the whole process of it. But in terms of where I'm at, I'm big chillin'.
No, that's awesome. Because folks don't ask. Like, like
Yeah.
folks won't ask about like that part. They'll ask about how's the journey going, stuff like that, but they won't ask about like they won't stop to take a second and be like, "Well, are you having fun? Are you actually like enjoying it, or is everything just moving so fast you can't even process it?" Because to be honest, for me, whenever this all started, it was just moving. Like I was having fun, but it was moving so fast I just couldn't process it. It wasn't really like, "Oh, whoa, I can think about this." I didn't. I probably didn't get a chance to really sit down and think about what I'd accomplished until I got back from New York in September. And it was like, okay, I got a couple days between now and going to Georgia. And then like it all hit me. It was like, dude, like in February I had I had 700 followers on my Instagram account. And now like we're almost at 50K. I just got back from New York. I met like all of my favorite lacrosse players this summer. I've met the Stanley Cup. Like I've done all of these. I'm like, I haven't even had a second to think about any of this. I haven't even had a second to like take it all in. It's like you getting opportunities to like sit down and like take it in and like enjoy what's going on? Or is it just like a mile a minute?
I think that it, I think if you would have asked me how am I doing 45 days ago, I would have told you I have no freaking clue what I'm doing. Like I'm overwhelmed, I'm exhausted. But there is something about this handball experience that not only am I grateful for the growth online, but it feels very aligned with who I am as a person. And I think that was the dissonance that was missing. Obviously, I love travel and I loved my travel content, and I still plan to continue to do that when possible. But just like the alignedness of how it's what I want and other people also are wanting it, and I think that that alignment is really what feels so great. Um, but I think when you said like looking back, and I am still in the moments of what is happening. So being able to, I don't know if I've really sat down. Sometimes it'll like catch me and I'm like, what, like exactly what you said. I had 700 followers back then, and now I have this. And I think that I'm keep waiting for it to stop, and it just keeps not stopping. And that's what's blowing my mind even more. You know, when I posted the first video, in terms of metrics, and again, not that numbers really matter to me. It matters of what people, the excitement that people had around it. But I gained 26,000 Instagram followers in one day. That was crazy. It was insane. And so I'm like, okay, when is it going to stop? And obviously, I didn't have 26,000 every single day, but I'm like, when is it going to stop? Like, it has to slow down. It has to slow down. And I said it had to slow down at 30, and now I'm at like 76, and it's just not stopping. It's just
Just keeps
not
going.
stopping. And
It
I'm
just
like,
keeps going.
yeah, which obviously is amazing. But yeah, I do not think that I've fully grasped it for sure.
Like once it starts rolling, it's rolling, and I hope you get opportunities to like be where your feet are, take it all in, and be like, I'm doing cool stuff, and like this is cool to like take it all in because I feel like I didn't do that enough, and I do it way more now because like it's stressed me out bad over the months doing this stuff because whoa. I have
Yeah.
to do this, and then I gotta do this, and then I gotta go here, and then I gotta go here, and it's like I'm just some dude from North Alabama that lives in a trailer. I'm not used to like going all over the place and doing this and that. Like you going into this, like you've had the background of like, going around and doing this and that. Like I was working in a warehouse 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like funky to think about. It's like social media moves fast, and it's really cool how it works, and it's really cool how it'll just like one video will just change everything for you. Boom.
It is
Everything just
true.
takes over.
After about 1,000. It's
Yeah.
one video after 1,000.
And it may be 10,000, maybe
Yeah.
50,000.
Yeah.
Like you just, my one of my friends explained it to me. Is like he thought about making content like, submitting lottery tickets. He's like, dude, just got to submit your ticket every day. Keep
It's
submitting those
true.
tickets.
But I also think too, because I think I get a lot of people asking, oh, what should I post and things like that, or should I start posting it? I'm like, if you don't love it, do not do it. It is so freaking hard. The volatility of it, the ups and downs, it takes so much mentally and sometimes physically to have to do it. So if you don't absolutely love video editing, you don't love the ins and outs of the creativity of it, it is not for everybody. It's amazing and it's an amazing tool and it's done so much good for so many people, but it's truly not for everybody. And I think that that is a narrative that gets thrown around a lot, is that like, oh, it is one video, but it's really not. It's so much work
Mm.
to keep that one video going. Even if your first video goes viral, that's not the end. Your life is not going to change with one
Yeah.
viral video.
You got to find a way to replicate that and then
Yeah.
replicate it again and then
Yeah.
replicate it again and then replicate it again every day,
Yeah.
every single day. Like Like, and physically, it'll really take a toll on you. Like, dude, these Olympics have been killing me.
Yeah.
It's been, well, this is, phew, wow, 15 days of competition, 16 days of competition now.
You can take a breath, after the Paralympics.
I get,
You
I'm
deserve a
happy.
vacation after that.
I'm happy we have that little break in between them. I just gotta make it a couple more days. Just gotta make it a couple more days. But like in the past 2 days, I've slept more than I have in the entire like lead up until now. Like
That's nuts.
from the fourth until the 17th.
I'm not gonna lie, I do not let anything get in the way of my sleep. I will be sleeping or I am not a good human being.
I see. I live by myself, and like it's just always been like a staple. The way that like I started making my Olympic content during the Paris Games was I'll beat NBC. I will be up to beat NBC, and I'll be up to like, hey yo, while you were asleep, this is everything that happened.
Yeah.
Boom. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
and you are killing it at that. You're absolutely killing it at it.
Like
I don't know if
it's
you saw,
fun.
but Coach Jackie reposted one of your videos.
Oh, I love Jackie.
Yeah,
Cool. We're I talk to her from time to time.
nice.
Love her to
Yeah.
death. Dude, she does great work.
My
She does
handball
great work.
career is because of her. Her video is why I showed up.
Dude, she does great work. She followed me back at the end of like it was like the end of 2024 because
Nice.
like I saw there was a thing that happened with some ski jumpers where like the men's ski jumper got $4,000 and the women's ski jumper got a bunch of soap. And I was like, I don't like that. So I made my video and I was like, look, I'm a dude and I know this isn't gonna get the reach that it's supposed to get. So can somebody tag Jackie? Because I know that if Jackie talks about this, it's actually gonna hit the people that it needs to hit. So like, can somebody tag her? They tagged her and then she was like, yo, I had no idea that this was happening. And I was like, dude, I spend all of my life paying attention to things that nobody cares about. I would just like if there's a random sports story that like happens, I'll just like send it to you. Like, dude, I find all the most random of things happening all the time. Like I'll be up at like I was up at 3 in the morning watching bobsled before I even like remembered the Olympics were this year.
Yeah.
Like
You are the definition of locked in. You've embodied that.
I love sports. Like I tell people it could be underwater basket weaving. I'll show up. I'm there.
I've done it.
Like it's fun. It's
Yeah.
cool. I love sports. I just love any type of competition. I grew up like it's probably mostly because I grew up a swimmer, and like that like doing something like that like that'll add a lot of competitive energy to you. Is like growing up a swimmer. That one, God, I hated that sport. Hated it with a passion. I only did because my brother was really good at it and he went to college to swim and they were like, your times at your age are all like a second or a second and a half faster than his times at your age. And I'm like, I don't care. I want to play baseball. Let me play baseball in the summer. Let me
Yeah.
play baseball. And they're like, no, you're good at this. And then I wasn't allowed to quit till I hit high school.
Mm,
That's how it goes. I
that's how it goes.
won't be doing that to my kids.
Yeah. No,
No.
I'm probably not having kids, but
Mm. I gotta have a mini me. See if I can produce an Olympic athlete because it
there
wouldn't
you
hurt me.
go. Yeah, you're one of those parents.
See, I wanna like, I want to uplift USA bobsled and skeleton. I got the thing behind me, and it'd be dope to have like a skeleton athlete in the family.
Have you ever actually done it yourself?
No, no, I haven't
Supposedly
had the
there's
ability
a
to yet.
supposedly there's like a place that you can go in Colorado and you can try all of the ice track sports.
You can
Just as a yeah, I it sounds insane.
you can do it in Park City, Utah.
Yeah.
It's super sick. Definitely want to do it. I know a couple of developmental pilots for Team USA. They're like, hey man, if you ever come up here when we're in Placid, I'll take you down the mountain. We're not gonna go from the top start, but I'll take you down the mountain. And I'm like, you sent me a video of you flipping a bobsled. I don't know if I want to get in it with you.
You
Like,
gotta do it. You have to go do it.
I really have to do it because like I'm mad that I haven't done it already because now Jason Kelsey beat me to it.
Yeah.
Now Jason Kelsey beat me to it because I could have done it last year if I would have went out there. Because Shane was driving. My friend Shane was driving.
Just
Like
go
now
do
he's retired.
a whole tour, like bobsled, skeleton. You got to do them all.
Try as many random Olympic sports as I can.
Yeah.
That is a goal of mine. That is a goal of mine. Try as
Maybe
many
we
as I
can
can.
collab on one.
Oh, dude, got to get you in a bobsled. I think you would have the a hell of a time.
You know what's funny is they actually had a bobsled tryout last March
Mhm.
in San Diego, and my partner almost went to it, and the timing just didn't work out, but she almost went and tried out.
Dude, I love that we have open tryouts for that. I love that it's like, oh yeah, this is one of our most dangerous sports, but you can just like openly try out.
But they're like,
And
how fast are you? Like, can you
yeah,
push it fast? You know,
yeah.
she honestly probably would have done pretty well, but I guess
Look
we'll
at
never know until the next time.
Yeah, they host them all the time. There's like always open circuits every single year. It's one of the bigger things like they promote because we're kind of cooked in like a respectful way. Like I love Alana Myers Taylor, love Kaylee Humphreys, but like they're both going to retire after this.
Yeah.
Like they I would be very surprised if I saw either of them on the World Cup circuit next year.
Yeah.
Like genuinely. And that is almost all of Team USA's medals.
Well, I guess somebody else better step up.
Yeah,
It's time for
we
someone to step up.
like we've got Keisha Love. She finished fifth in the monobob, so that or seventh in the monobob. She finished seventh in monobob. So like Olympic for your Olympic debut, that's a pretty damn good start. But it's like we gotta find we're gonna have to like get our program up and running like quick or we might fall behind because
Yeah,
dude, we're losing a couple of vets. And I think the big thing with our with like our win with Alana Myers win was the experience. And like, dude, getting in having experienced pilots is hard to have. Like
that's
Germany,
true.
they have a pipeline for this, if you didn't know. Like they have a legitimate like they have like 14, 15-year olds ready to get into sleds and like get on the world circuit like now.
That's actually insane. Like to think that you're a childhood bobsledder.
Yeah. They like you know about the Junior Olympics and stuff,
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure.
Like that's a junior Olympic sport.
Oh, I actually didn't know that bobsled was in the Junior Olympics. That's wild.
And it's in the Junior Olympics. So like the girl from Denmark this year, she would like just got off the junior circuit last year and then qualified for the Olympics this year.
Wow,
She's
good
like
for
she made her
her.
Olympic debut in bobsled at 18 and like that is really cool to see because experience reigns supreme in the sport. So it's like, yo, dude, when we hit 2030, she might be a problem.
Yeah, that's
She might
true.
really be a problem.
That is true.
I hope that we can find a way to create a bobsled pipeline. That's or a bobsled and skeleton pipeline because I feel like that's something Americans would be really good at. I really feel like that's something we could be far more competitive at in the Olympics if we just put the money into it or
Look,
like just people wanted to do it.
I mean, typically speaking, Americans love to do extreme shit. So build it and they will come, in my opinion.
It just doesn't help that we only have two tracks.
Yeah, that's not great.
And we get most of our athletes. We have a couple of junior athletes, but most of our athletes, we get them through the tryouts. So they're like 22 plus. They're usually post college.
Yeah.
And they recruit. It's very somewhat predatory, in my opinion, but like they like show up to like, you know, like NFL pro, you know, how, like they
Mm.
college football teams have those pro days. They like
Hmm.
show up to those and be like, well, this dude's really fast, but we know he's not gonna make the NFL. So like if we basically dangle a gold medal over his head, he might come like do this thing.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is in a lot of college sports, the cheerleading team will actually recruit people that didn't make the football team to be men cheerleaders.
Yep,
Same
same
difference.
thing. So they're just like, hey, you know,
They're
you
like,
can
"Hey,
still be
you
at the games.
yeah, exactly. They're like, "Hey, you might not be able to pay for college if you are a football player, but you could pay for college if you're a cheerleader."
Like this might be easier. This might be more fun.
It's like you still get the merch.
Still get to have a hell of a time.
Yeah.
Still get to be competitive. That's what I love about it. I love sports. I love this, like, man, college sports are awesome. I can't wait Can't wait for the College World Series, like the Women's College World
Oh
Series.
yeah.
Can't wait for that. I'm so hyped, man. It's gonna be a great year for sports,
I mean, it's kicking off pretty well when you have an Olympic year.
right? And then you go Paralympics. Women's lacrosse world championships are this year too.
Mm,
It's gonna be very fun. I'm very hyped. Inaugural season for the Women's Lacrosse League too. So
yeah.
that's awesome. So I'm
Yep.
hyped.
Well, I mean, just like with women's sports in general, it's only going to continue to grow. I saw a statistic just today that a lot of college, well, not a lot, but there's a good amount of college women's basketball programs that are outselling the men's programs. And not that it's a competition, but it proves that, when you give the space, they fill it.
Yep. And like, shoot, there's word. There's honestly a lot of like women's programs that are way more fun to watch than the men's programs.
Yeah,
Uh,
I would agree.
Like,
Maybe I'm a little biased.
but like, I mean, like it's the same thing with like I had more fun watching the women's hockey tournament so far. I mean, obviously there's still the semifinals and the gold medal match on the men's side to go, but like the women's tournament was banging.
It was
And oh my
insane.
God,
Everybody came to play.
that was awesome. And especially like gold medal match, like shoot, bronze medal match was a banger. I don't know if you
Hmm.
watched that.
I
Bronze medal
watched
match was a
in and
banger.
out. Yeah.
Man, that was awesome. We between the men's tournament and the women's tournament, you had 5 overtime games in 2 days.
Yeah.
The last five games have all been
My blood
overtime.
pressure is having a problem with it.
Oh my gosh. I definitely need some rest after running around my house during all of these games this week.
Yeah,
You,
now that you're concussed.
yeah. Oopsies. It's okay though. It's okay though. It was one watching Layla Edwards put on a frickin' gold medal was worth it. I
Absolutely.
love I have never felt more patriotic than I have today. Alyssa
Same.
Liu won, Layla Edwards won. Damn it. I love my country. Kinda. Kinda.
In the Olympics.
Kinda. Yeah. I love my country. Look, I mean, and I've been like open about it multiple times. Like I like America. I don't like the government. So I tell people that all the time. I like America. I don't like the government. I'm gonna show out for my athletes, but I'm gonna
For
tell you I don't
sure.
fuck with the government. I'm gonna tell you I don't. And like I lost 500 followers last week because I told people that I don't like the government and that like I don't like ICE and that I don't like this. And I'm like, great, 500 bigots off my account. Let's go.
Yep. Exactly.
I don't really care.
Perspective. Perspective.
It's like, ah, man, some people like be flipping out. Like that's why people won't like make a stance. And I'm like, nah, I don't want y'all around because like even today, talking about USA versus Canada, I got folks in my comments commenting 51st state, and I'm like, I'm gonna just like delete all of y'all comments. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I rock with Canada, bro. Like I like Canada.
Yeah.
Canada's cool. I go to Canada, guys. I travel there. Get out of my comments saying this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just don't understand the animosity towards specifically Canada. I mean, obviously, in a game, we're gonna try to beat them, but in terms of politics,
Neighborly beef, I guess.
I guess I just don't get it.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I used to have the beef, but that was just because like I when it comes to American sports, I'm a very arrogant
Well,
American sports fan sometimes.
sports beef is different than neighbor
Yeah,
beef.
yeah. But like also because of that, I usually just disliked Canadians because I thought like Canadians were all rude. But now,
Really? That's your,
yeah,
I never
yeah,
had that perspective. Well, I also grew up in Washington State, so I grew up on the border of Canada. And literally as a kid, we used to go to Canada to go to the dentist. We would cross international border to go to the dentist, which is a really random side quest of my life. But
that is a that's lore. Just, oh yeah,
yeah,
we had to go to Canada to go get a filling. What?
yeah. Well, because my mom was a stay-at-home mom and my dad was a farmer, so we didn't have insurance from a corporation. And so it was literally cheaper to pay out of pocket to go to Canada. So we would have like a family trip. We'd go to Canada, go to the dentist, stay in a hotel, and that would be, I guess somehow that was cheaper.
That is lore. That's cool. What a
Yeah.
life that you've lived.
It's the side quests go crazy.
Side quest God over here. You're just having fun, just Yeah, like imagine picking up handball and going to the Olympics as a side quest.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if what the end result is, but at least like the how far I've come this far is I've gone to 9 practices.
You'll
9.
look, I have no doubt that you will be in LA 2028 in some capacity.
Well, some capacity, I'm obviously making that happen for myself for sure.
Like there's no reason you won't be there.
Well, I got the Olympics in my inbox,
Oh
so I'll
yeah.
be emailing them.
Oh yeah, they're great people. I should oh man. Funny story. They sent me a media pass for this games and I didn't check my email. I didn't check.
Oh, bummer.
It was yeah, I learned my lesson now. That was a hard way to learn the lesson of check your email.
I feel you. I'm also really bad at checking my email, and I have like 15,000 emails because my brain needs to like compartmentalize them all. So I feel you. But that one is tough. That's a hard blow.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm
But
sorry for your loss on that one.
honestly, it's been fun to cover it from the home. Like,
Yeah. Well, could you
um,
still go, technically?
I guess I could technically go to the Paralympics. Like I
I
like I
can.
like I guess I still could have went. I still could have went for sure, but I wouldn't have had like a media pass for like certain stuff. Which
Oh,
like you know how the Olympics are with like dude, the IOC doesn't play.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
It is insane.
I've had to like shift my content style as the games have gone because they're trying to
Yeah.
ban my account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's nuts. Well, if you can go and you need help finding inexpensive flights, that also used to be a big part of my travel content, is I would find inexpensive flights and find ways to get to certain places. So I can try to find you a cheap flight if you still get to go, if you can still go.
My job does give me free flights, so I
Oh,
low
then
key
what are
could
you doing?
look. I don't know, honestly. I it just it for whatever reason doesn't seem like the one of those like, let me just go to Milan. Also because I have
Excuse me?
also because I have to go to Virginia in a couple like I know I have to go to Virginia for lacrosse.
We'll
So
go to
like
Virginia, then go to the Paralympics.
yeah, it would like because I'll be if everything is set the way that like we talked about it a couple weeks ago, I'll be in Virginia when the games start.
Mm.
So it's like get back and then figure I'd have to like get back and figure it out from there. I don't know
Or
if I,
just
I
go
don't know if
from
I want to start
there.
I don't know if I want to start the year that hectic though.
Why not?
I don't know. I guess like me and you are different in that way. So sometimes I'm like I can take a risk, but like, dude,
What's the risk?
flying to another country with no plan other than like, I'm
Trust me, the more you do it, the easier it gets. I do it all the time. You're talking to an expert.
maybe I'll think about it. I'll definitely have to think about it because it seems like one of those things to be fun to do. Just to see the Paras like in person.
This is like, I mean, not once in a lifetime because you're in sports and you'll have another opportunity, but you'll never have another opportunity to be at that one.
Yeah, Milan.
Bro, I will help you plan a trip. You're stressing me out that you're not going.
I might have to figure that out. I might have to figure something out for that one because that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Be
you
very
gotta
cool.
go. You have to go. Maybe I'm a bad influence, but you have to go.
Look. Bad influence, or are you just like setting me up for like a content trip in my life?
Exactly, exactly.
Look, maybe maybe I'll figure it out, but I feel like that might be a solid way to stop. I feel like that might be a solid way to end it out.
I feel
It's
it.
been amazing talking to you. You have had a hell of a 45 days.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's more of a hell of a 45 days after these 45 days, I don't know if I can handle it.
Good Lord. Like it's only been 45 days. That's the crazy thing. We've got a lifetime to go.
Well, I'm locked in. I'm ready. I really
Ha-
appreciate you having me on.
Oh, I'm happy that you were able to hop in. You've already had yourselves an interview today and did some stuff. So I'm glad you were able to make the time and be able to pop in. Like we don't get many opportunities to do this, me and my wonderful producer. So it's great that you had the opportunity. It all worked out timing wise. So like I really appreciate you for this one. Truly.
Yeah. I'm always down, and I'm being dead ass. I will help you plan a trip. It's not as stressful as you think.
We will definitely work on that. We'll definitely figure it out. But that's everything I got for you guys in this episode. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.